Hi, this is Ken Ishimura speaking, psychic psychologist and ascension technologist. Today, a little bit late for 7 days or so, but I'd like to share the message from the Galactic Federation as of June 2021. So before I was starting this record, I briefly connected with the hierarchy of light, which is the governing body of this Earth, this planet, and the Galactic Federation. And they shared with me about the 6 important points, but I didn't, ask them the details, so I'm gonna check with them one by one. The first one is my main question to them is what's going on? You know, as you know, the Indian variant is getting stronger, seems to be maybe, or like it's called a Delta variant, and there is another one, Vietnam and then Indian variation combination. So the pandemic is not really finishing yet. In India, the number is like really, the surging really high. And in England, it's the UK, it's the same thing. And in Japan, it's getting decreased, but it's not the lower level. So no one, no country yet, it has combated the pandemic and then the virus at all. So my question to them is, what's going on? What can we do? And then if there is anything we can do, what do we need to focus on? That's my question to them. So the number one point they were sharing to me was they do their part. So they are the invisible beings, they are dealing with the energetic aspect, right? And then, we are on the physical dimension, but we are also related to this, the invisible dimension. But they say, they are doing their, part, they do whatever they can do to clear the dark forces energy as much as possible and transmute the dark forces energy. And some people, they say there is no dark forces or, there is no dark or demonic stuff or anything. However, I want you to think about if you think it's okay to think that way, but who is causing the war? Who is causing, killing and murdering and then gossiping or backstabbing or, criticizing or just, bullying and inclusive everything? This is not regarded as the light, forces activities at all. It is the non-dark, non-light beings activities, or the vibration wise, it's not the light side, vibration, it's the dark side, vibration. It's very simple, but if you look at all sorts of stuff, everything is made by two things, two opponent, opposing things, right and left, above and below, light and then the dark, day, night, sun, moon, as you can see, and women and men. Two things here. And so, if we just accept, the light only, we are dismissing the darkness. And then, what they are saying is they are also, integrating these dark forces that transmute their energies, and then, integrating, the darkness and then the light as one. They do their best on their side. So, they say, we are doing our side, so, you need to do your things. Then what you need to do is the things they can't do. That's the related point from the second point to the sixth point. So number 2 point they shared, their message is the information is getting more transparent. It's also related to transform the dark energies. Before, we didn't even have the internet. Think about 30 years ago. Maybe, it was the beginning of email, but not so much about the internet. It wasn't available. When I was at university, studying at uni, and especially in New York, we didn't have like WhatsApp. We didn't have any Skype. So I needed to make a call to talk to my parents or my friends. I needed to give an international telephone call, and that was quite expensive, like 1 minute, like $150, about, that was the fee I needed to pay. And as a student, it wasn't, possible for me to talk like 60 minutes long, hours every weekend. That's what I do right now, with my family every weekend. That wasn't possible because, like you needed to, pay chunk of money for that, right? Then that's just one example, but because, not only BBC, not only NHK, not only CNN or ABC, social media is available. So internet is like really, really, technology is like advancing so much. So, anyone can say anything unless you are really, in the situation as a hostage or a prisoner or whatever. You can say anything you want. And only you are stopping yourself, okay? So transparency of the information is getting processed. So whatever the information, it's available. So, some people talk about the conspiracy therapy, not therapies, theories, or, they're talking about, like deep state, or somebody else is talking about something else. So whatever the thinks it was hidden or suppressed or not talked about, it's coming up, and then anyone can post messages and anyone can say anything. Even though like Google and YouTube, they do the regulations and they delete some posted messages. However, information is getting more transparent. So any information is like is available mostly. So if you want to get the information, what is really going on in the world, and then like politicians or NHS or the government, even if they are not talking about it, or scientists, if they are not allowed to talk about something, they post their own opinions as their own opinions on YouTube, social media. So transparency is the key under this pandemic, and it is getting processed step by step. So trafficking, child, children, kidnapping, or like political or organizational corruption, it's coming up to the surface more and more, as you notice. Restructuring in politics and hospitals and medicines and lifestyles, it's actually happening right now. And then because of this, when something, like suppressed or hidden, when they are coming up, chaos, confusion can happen because people, we don't know what we need to trust, right? No data or research or long-term data, historic data is not available, especially this virus. Everything is new, and this vaccination jabs, it's new. So we don't really know. No one knows what's going to happen in 5 years' time or 10 years' time. However, the information is available. So like transparency is actually is happening, and that is actually a good thing. It's actually depend on us, which information we are going to, pick, and then, believe, and then based on that information, how you're going to, make a decision, how you're going to behave is like it's an individual decision. So there's a freedom for individual person, whether you want to have a, job or not. Again, it's individual decision. Of course, the government, of course, the NHS wants you to have a job, but think about 5 years or 10 years, time, what's going to happen to your health, what's going to happen to your body, what's going to happen to your mental, like health. Then there is no data. So, some people are very skeptical about the jobs, and then that's okay as well. However, there is a lots of suppression. Okay. So that's number two, transparency of the information. We need to utilize it. Number three, depends on your consciousness. You can clear a lot of your karma, especially about your own karma and with your family relationship with your mother, a relationship with your father, a relationship with your mother-in-law, father-in-law, or stepmother, stepfather, and with your partner, with your wife, with your husband, or maybe love affairs, whatever, then especially, yeah, related to your, family. Then, but it comes with a condition. If you don't do anything, your karma is going to stay there. So, you need to really understand why you have this mother, why you chose this father, why you chose this guy as your husband, why you chose this lady, as your wife, or girlfriend or boyfriend. Then, if you're just, accusing or blaming somebody else, oh, she's bad, oh, this is not good, she's rubbish or he's rubbish, you're just, defending you. You make it, I'm right, you are wrong. And if you continue, your life with this mentality and with this consciousness, you're not going to be able to move out of this loop. Like, mice is running in this small, cage, right? You are becoming, you're going to continue to be this mice. You're going to be still in a rat race, then you're going to be continuing the same cycle and you can't get out of that. So you need to understand why you experience this pandemic for your own good and for the community's good, and then the nation's good, the earth, the planet good. Okay, so this is number 3. Number 4 is about alignment of your energy. So, the pandemic is going on because, many of us we still need to review and then, transform our lives. Some of you have lost jobs. Some of you lost, like a substantial income. And some of you, are very much, very stuck in the old patterns. What can I do? I have my shops, I have my restaurant, I have my own bars. What can I do with it? I can't continue my business anymore. Okay, but everything is now, we still need to review and then access our deeper consciousness and our core activities, core essence of ourselves. What do we want to do here on this planet? Why are we here? That's what we need to see. And if you can't figure out, no one else knows what you want to do. Only you can, have an idea. You can click, after you do some research, you think about, have consultations, you have some, like coaching sessions or therapy sessions or NLP sessions, whatsoever, maybe counseling sessions. Then, attend seminars, and then, these are all somebody else's experiences. And everyone else can only help you to make a change about you. But only you can make a change about you. You need to make a decision. You need to understand what you really want to do. And if you don't know, then this process is going to continue for you, because pandemic is meant to be analyze what's going on within you, explore what's going within you. Everyone else is just a helper for you, for your own film, on your drama, okay? So you need to take accountability about your life. And if you don't, if you continue to accuse others, oh, she's bad, my husband is bad, my wife is bad, my mother is bad, my father is bad, my friends, they're bad, my bosses are bad, my teachers are bad, my kids are bad. If you are still in that victim consciousness and like avoid learning from your life lesson as an adversity, you're not going to be able to move on. You're not going to be able to grow up, and you're not going to be able to evolve as that new you. And this process can be painful because you need to, face your own darkness. We are not beautiful 100%, unfortunately. Inside, outside. Of course, we want to be beautiful inside, outside, handsome, beautiful, right? But we have darkness within us that is anger, jealousy, competitiveness, and trying to be better than other people. It's related to inferior complex and then superior complex, and narcissism is a huge thing. Narcissists, they don't know they are narcissists. So I'm going to create a different course on the narcissism, and then for empath people, how we need to deal with the narcissism, and then how we need to be able to deal with it. But if you have a tendency of a narcissist, usually they deny, oh, I'm not a narcissist, I'm always right. That's their tendency. Okay, so anyway, if you want to make a change about you, you need to make a change about yourself. Otherwise, your reality is not going to get changed. That's the law of the universe. Okay, so the key point the Galactic Federation is sharing with us is we need to get out of this victim consciousness. What did you do to me? What can I do? You did this to me. You said that, it doesn't help. You're giving away your power forever if you're, repeating this cycle, okay? Number 5 is about diet and lifestyle. And I thought this is very interesting. Today, there was an article issued by Independence. I forgot, but there is a correlation between the corona contracted cases and then the diet. If you are a meat eater, there is a higher risk of getting contracted with the virus than getting seriously ill. And if you're a pescatarian or vegetarian, there is a less chance for you get contracted, with the virus. So they also, backed up with the evidence, with the actual, people, who became ill with the coronavirus, became positive. Then that's one of the things, Ashtar was talking about before I was coming down here on this earth. I was somewhere else in the, galaxy before. I met this galactic commander, this guy on this left-hand side. He looks, handsome, right? But he's not always looking like this anyway. And he's quite comical. Then he was talking about this Earth, the planet. At that time, there is the Earth, and then this place, like animals get killed unnecessarily. And then, even like, humans, they kill each other. They have wars, they are like chaos, and then there is no, like 100%, full peace, and then heavenly energy here. And yeah, I don't remember this, but he said, my reaction was, oh my God, that's so bad. Animals get killed, birds get killed, so nature is not preserved. Well, oh, something should be done. And that's one of the reasons it seems to be I came down here. And then, eating meat it's okay, humans' history. But what's happening is like we are like creating, more cows, and then, produce, more meat because, lots of people eat meat, right? And then the way we are breeding cows and goats and sheep, the way is that way itself is questionable. That's what he's talking about. So what they are suggesting is the Galactic Federation is they're not really saying, it's difficult to say, but eating meat is part of the humans like living style so far, right? But what they want you to see, review, is they want you to look at your diet, whether is it a balanced, healthy diet or not. So do you have enough, protein and then vitamin and minerals? Over, intake of sugar is not good. Over intake of, wheat is not that good. So they, want you to review your diet because whatever you eat is creating your body. And it's also related to your consciousness as well. So for example, over intake of sugar is related to like lack of love consciousness. Yes, scarcity of love, or I'm not loved enough, or I'm not loved, or I'm not lovable, that sort of consciousness. So they want you to look at what triggers you to eat junk food, or like ready-made food, or eating so much biscuits and cakes, for example. Then they say, review your lifestyle and make it, as balanced as much as possible. And, there are many spiritual people out there, but I am aware many of them, they don't do exercise, or they don't eat, proper, diet. They don't have a proper nutrition. So diet and exercise, for example, this is very much necessary activities to balance and then maintain your physical body as a balanced conditions. So they say, what's healthy lifestyle, what's the importance of the nature connection for you? They want you to review this point. Number 6, most important point, it's about the oneness consciousness. So you, me, and I am you. This is the consciousness. Of course, I have this body, right? So, you have your own body. So we are different persons. However, at the, the conscious level, we were created from the same source, which is the God. So you heard about telepathy. So telepathy is the one we are actually communicating, whether you're aware of or not. So, for example, what happens to me quite often is there is a auric field, right? And I notice someone's thought is sent over to me. Sometimes it's a nice thought, but some other times it's not a nice one. And quite often when I get this thought, I usually receive an email or telephone call or some kind of messages. Then, depends on what I am sensing. I kind of have an idea, oh, it's a good message or it's not a good message. I kind of have a, rough idea already. So I check my email messages, right? And then, messages on the social medias. So you are I, and I am you. That means if I don't, the selfishness is not really welcomed. That's the message. If I am okay, it's fine. This is a selfishness, right? Self-centeredness. If I am okay, I'm okay. It's okay. If I am okay, of course you need to be okay. You need to be well. You need to be fine. But make sure not only you, other people are also fine and well. It's like a win-win situation. It's like respecting each other's, right? So, for example, if you catch a cold, wear a mask, or cancel meeting your friends because maybe you transfer your cold to your friends, and your friend may be infected. So this is not selfish. This is like, sorry, I got cold, so it's better to see you maybe in 2 weeks time or something. So this is like respecting you and respecting your friends' health and well-beings. If you only think about you, your own well-beings, and then own your health and your situation, again, this pandemic is not going to be finishing. That's also related to this pandemic as well. Think about on this, dimension, in this, dimension, the earth. You need to be with other people to function and to continue to live as a human. For example, you need to have food. You need, farmers to, generate all the vegetables and fruits for you, right? Or like meat, farmers. Then you need to have some clear, water, and you need to have some, clean air. You need to have a place to live, and then, like all the planners and then, construction builders, they need to build houses. Otherwise, you can't do everything by yourself. You can't. And then we need people's love, attention, and care. So that's how we operate. So respect others, and we need to appreciate how other people helping you too, for you to live in this dimension, experience this dimensional energy, and experience your life to move on and grow. Okay, so these 6 messages are the message for June, and it's related to the question because I was asking that what can we do to get out of this pandemic situation, because it's been so long. It's been really long, right? So it's getting to almost like 2 years now, isn't it? Yeah. So um, hopefully these 6 messages were helpful for you. And maybe you may not agree with everything, but that's okay. And hope you can utilize the messages. Then whatever you believe or not, it's up to you. And the point is how you're going to be able to utilize the information coming to you. It's totally up to you whether you're going to take it or you're going to dismiss it. Okay. And it would be nicer if you could share your experiences, what you're actually practicing in order to, like finish this pandemic scenario, and then, maintain your physical, emotional, and mental balance, because lots of people need help emotionally, mentally, physically under the pandemic. If you can post it below, that would be great. Thank you. And if you like the video, please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching the video. And in a couple of days, June 10th, specific new moon is a new moon day is happening with an eclipse. And this is a good time for you to receive a session, especially related to the dimensional work one. It's called rebirth, or dimensional, or the multiple, no, not multiple, quantum psychosomatic session if you want. Then to, process your, process of becoming new you. Okay. And for further information, it's on my website. If you want to have a, law of attraction and learn and make a change about your life, the information is also posted on the What's On page on my website, www.uk.gfls.co.uk. Okay, more and more people, receiving Amaterasu 28 day activation or Ashtar work, or, spiritual consultation as well. So have a look at my website and then see what session you would like to have to utilize to make a, change about your life. Have a good day and thank you for watching, and then see you soon. Bye for now.